And now, an important message from the creator of the Triggerz McKnickers show. Something about some viewers crying over who's getting made fun of or some shit.
Hi kids, I'm the one who makes your favorite characters like Triggerz and Poopsie magically come alive. That, or I'm the creepy middle-aged perv who fiddles around with dolls in his basement. You know, I've been granted many honorary titles within the tubosphere. For months now, I've been catching a lot of flack through emails, comment threads, and tweets about my obsession with the radical left as the primary source and inspiration for my comedic material. My critics ask of me, why do you only make fun of the Marxist left? Why not equal time allotted towards bashing the alt-right? You know, their philosophy is equally ludicrous. Now, I will agree that there are many flaws to exploit in their thinking, especially when it comes to their racial purity litmus tests. But I'll answer this question soon enough. But for now, back to my critics. You know, I've noticed that many who have asked these questions had already assumed what their answer would be, either by direct accusation, or most often, passive-aggressively, by sarcastic insinuation, that I'm giving Richard Spencer mouth hugs by the romantic glow of his tiki torchlight as we embrace lovingly, cocooned within the snug wrappings of the Confederate flag. Well, who am I to refute such a well-researched conclusion? And as we all know, if you are against anti-white collectivism, you must be a pro-white collectivist. If you're not screaming against Nazis under every rock, or behind every Pepe the Frog avatar, that is. Of course, my more dedicated fans already know that I used to fistfight neo-Nazi white-lace skinheads long before many of my critics were even born. And I can tell you that they fought just like how Antifa does today. Big, tough guys when in groups of 5 against 1, but wilt away like pansies when you single them out. So, why not more attention towards goofing on the alt-right? Well, let me answer this with several rhetoric questions of my own. Take it away, Triggerz.
Question 1. Out of the two identitarian groups, which one has influenced academic institutions into indoctrinating our children even as young as preschool? Question 2. Out of the two identitarian groups, which one has influenced major corporations into adopting discriminatory hiring practices? Question 3. Out of the two identitarian groups, which one has influenced media and marketing firms to adopt their bigoted narratives? Question 4. Out of the two identitarian groups, which one has zero problems in receiving praise and support from prominent politicians and celebrities?
And don't forget the last part. Are communists and ethno-fascists equally dumb? Yes. Are communists and ethno-fascists equally a threat to our Western liberal values? Do you mean potentially? Of course. What about pragmatically? No. Ah, that's the difference. Now, to be fair, the alt-right may rise to social prominence in the foreseeable future, in which case, I will once again refocus my mockery and scorn on the political wing that birthed the religious activism some 30 years ago. But if this happens, do you honestly think that it'll happen because I didn't poke enough fun at them? Surely, those in high positions of governance, academia, and mainstream media who just won't shut the fuck up about how white people are demons who are to blame for all the woes of the world will be the greater catalyst. No? So, knocking communist traitors off their high horses today will prevent fascists from becoming the martyred underdog heroes tomorrow. So, in light of that, can we prevent a Weimar 2.0, please? Now, we're all familiar with the progressive leftist narrative that we're all living in an oppressive, white supremacist patriarchy, but miraculously without one established law to support such a system. Boy, those cishet snow pigs are certainly clever, aren't they? But for those of us who don't think that logic and reason are evil white male constructs to make blacks and women fail, we know that most social justice warriors are either retards or bullshit artists who bullshit the retards for power and profit, which leads me to my greatest reason why I'm not bitch slapping the alt-right nearly as much, if at all. they're low-hanging fruit. There's literally no easier target today. To prove my point, no matter how many times I've expressed my affiliation with civic nationalism, meritocracy, and a culture based on universal rights and rule of law over ethno-tribalism, I'm still labeled a Nazi. Why, you may ask? Because it is the greatest social detriment to be one, or at least even associated with one. Hi folks, I based the lion's share of my comedic material on the shitting on white nationalists, because it's just so brave and edgy to do so, am I right? Nope. I'm just gonna keep poking fun at feminists, woke-tard dindus, Muslims, and trans trenders, because apparently my pale face, my ding-dong, and my predilection for the lady lumps still doesn't afford me that privilege in a supposedly white, supremacist, heteronormative, patriarchal, caste society. Oh, and one final thought, and this refers to particular commentators, and you know who you are. If you want to dictate to me what kind of content I should make in the future, try less browbeating and more offering payment for my services. It would certainly help me to appreciate your input, and I wouldn't just assume you to be an entitled professional consumer asshole. Thank you very much, kids.